Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about today. We'll try to get to as much as we can. The things we don't get to, we'll push to tomorrow. But the Major League Baseball draft got underway yesterday. One Auburn Tiger already off the board through the first two rounds. There'll be, 20 rounds, I think, this year. So that's down from 60, which is what it used to be. But after COVID, things kind of, they got turned upside down, so to speak. So Blake Burkhalter going to the Atlanta Braves. Could be interesting. So we'll run down some of that. Night, by my count, I think we had 16, I think, 17 if you count Kumar Rocker. I think we had 17 players taken from the SEC in the first two rounds.
And we'll talk about that deal.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's kind of interesting. 7 pitchers, 7 outfielders, 4 infielders, and 1 catcher. Jackson Holliday, son of Matt Holliday, former Major League Baseball player, played with the Cardinals, played with several others, I think. But nonetheless, he goes to the Orioles with the number 1 pick. How about Andrew Jones' son, Drew Jones, center fielder? Shocking that he's a center fielder. Out of Wesleyan High School there in Georgia, goes to the Diamondbacks with the number 2 pick. And Kumar Rocker, who signed, I think was the number 10 pick last year out of Vanderbilt the Mets, but did not sign. He had some shoulder surgery. There was some question about his arm, and he had the opportunity to go back to Vanderbilt, chose not to. I think he made 5 starts for the Tri-City Independent League. And, I mean, people saw enough, and they said, okay, he is the number 3 pick to the Rangers. So good for him. Congratulations to him. Now, he signed last year, but he was drafted last year and didn't sign, so I'm assuming he will sign this year. We'll see. But that's kind of a come out of the blue. Somebody asked about him last week, I think.
Yeah. Did you see the footage from his Tri-City Valley Cats?
I did not.
That slider is unhittable.
Yeah.
So whatever was wrong with him, they said he's changed his arm slot at Vanderbilt. He was coming I'm left-handed, coming high over the top. Now he's kind of coming a little bit lower, but that slider is just falling off the table. It was just filthy what I saw. So, but an interesting situation. I mean, you get drafted 10th overall and end up playing independent league ball. Independent league ball, that ain't no fun.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
5 starts, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
So it's all a crapshoot. I mean, we've got Sonny DeShera still sitting on the board. The Rays picked a first-round high school first baseman out of North Carolina or somewhere whose competition level has just been very questionable. But he has a huge upside. The baseball draft is a crapshoot, and it really is. So,
well, like to say, you only need 1 team to be interested.
That's right.
And that's, you can go anywhere from the first to the 5th round. If you get that 1 team interested, who knows? You end up the 3rd or 1st or maybe even the first pick.
You never know. I mean, our family's been through that whole deal. I mean, our son was a 13-round pick, but he got 3rd-round money because he was a dual sport. He had some football offers.
Okay.
Crazy how that works. The other interesting draft pick, Andy, that you didn't list because he's not SEC, but the Jerpy kid from Oregon State, remember, that was sick, game 1, pitched game 2, and was just filthy.
Yep.
He went first round yesterday. So did two of those Oregon State outfielders. So pretty spiffy.
Pretty good team. Yeah, that Oregon State team. Blake Burkhalter going 76th overall. What's that worth? Approximate pick value, $860,000. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No.
For Mr. Burkhalter. Pretty good payday for him. So the draft continuing today. I don't know what time it starts.
1 o'clock.
It starts at 1 o'clock today. How many rounds will they do today?
We're going through 10 today,
Okay.
and then 11 through 20 tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
So I would bet you're going to see, if you're going to see some of these Auburn Tigers like a Trace Bright, like certainly a Sonny DeShera, a Blake Rambush, chances are you're going to probably see them today.
And if you don't see them today and they've got eligibility left,
Well, you probably won't see them at
come
all.
on back.
Yeah, you might see them at Auburn anyway.
You might. You might. It's and Andy, the COVID thing, 60 rounds is it's ridiculous. But we also lost a lot of minor league teams with COVID. They cut back on the number of levels. It's insane the number of levels you have to get through to get to the show anyway. But if one of our guys, Rambush or Sonny or some of those guys, end up down there 10th, 11th, 12th round, why wouldn't you come back and improve your stock?
True. Look at Kumar Rocker. I mean,
That's right.
take a year. If it doesn't work out this year, you don't like where you stand, come
We'll
back
see.
next year and do it again.
Yeah.
The SEC Media Day is beginning today in Atlanta. We talked about that leading up to this last week. Commissioner Greg Sankey took the podium at 10:30. He's already made some comments. Brian Kelly took the stage at 11:35. It'll be Lane Kiffin at 1:30 and Eli Drinkwitz at 2:55 today. But Greg Sankey with some interesting comments as always. He said that as of right now, and these things change, obviously can change quickly.
By tomorrow.
But as of right now, and it has been this way for a while now, he said Texas and Oklahoma will not join the SEC until the 25-26 academic schedule. That'd be fall of 2025.
Wow.
That's what they said at the very beginning. When they said Texas and Oklahoma were, they were extending an offer to them and they accepted that they would join 2025. And we all said, nah, there's no way.
That's 4
There's
more
no
years,
way
Andy.
possible that's going to happen. Now,
It is.
I mean, that's what he said.
4 more years.
That's kind of crazy.
It is.
Considering that, there's the Big 12 is expanding next year, and the Big 10 will be expanding the year after that. So, I don't know. It just seems, and again, things could change, but as of right now, that seems to be the case.
I'm just anxious to see what happens out there in the West with the Pac-12, with the 2 LA teams jumping ship. It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this shakes. We're in a brave new world, as they say, of college athletics right now. You and I hit hard on NIL last week, and that's crazy that they would wait. That's 4 years from now. So that's interesting.
He also said, was asked about, what about bringing in more teams and creating a super conference? And I got to admit, I kind of like his answer. He said, the SEC is already a super conference and has been for years. So,
you gotta love Sankey.
yeah, that's just true. That's absolutely true.
Well, obviously, what they meant was super conference, as in number of teams, and he turned that on them brilliantly. But when you listen to ESPN New Radio and all the pundits, they've already got this all figured out. It's going to be 3 to 4 huge major conferences, and then everybody else fending for themselves. I don't know.
Right.
We don't know. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Oh, there's no question about that. There's a lot still to still to kind of figure out. But he said, you know, look, if there's been talk, he did allude to the fact that there has been talk between. He said, you know, there are a lot of teams that have reached out to the SEC since Texas and Oklahoma, and like what the SEC is doing. Really?
No kidding.
You want to be a part of that? I'm shocked. So whether they will be or not, we will see.
You know, he's not going to give anything away. And they threw Brian Kelly to the wolves right off the bat, huh? Isn't that funny?
Brian Kelly said LSU collective money to get players is competitive. Does LSU finish second in the West or third? What round will Sonny D go? Ty wants to know. We can take those questions. I'll let you say what round do you – we were talking before the show, Sonny DeShera, what round does he go?
I'm going to say 4.
Okay. I think that's probably reasonable considering how well he did last year. We will see. We'll find out pretty quickly here about 1 o'clock. And we'll come back and we'll address Jim's question. Does LSU finish second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh?
I got a different number than Jim.
Okay. We are up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours. Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Check out these hot July offers on powerful full-size Chevy and GMC trucks. The Chevy Silverado discounted up to $6,500 off. Or the GMC Sierra $5,000 off. Plus, get financing as low as 0% on several models. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Beautiful Monday to start your week out there. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They have 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check them out today. You'll certainly be glad that you did. They got a little bit of everything there at Russell Do-It Center. We're talking about a lot going on this Monday. SEC Media Days beginning in Atlanta at the College Football Hall of Fame. The Major League Baseball draft starting last night, continuing on today, going through round 10 as we found out. A couple of questions coming rolling through. David, Jim said LSU. You know, Brian Kelly was addressing the media. He was asked about the collective money, talking about it being competitive there at LSU. Where does LSU finish this year in the West?
He's asking second or third?
He asked second or third.
How about fourth?
Okay.
What are you going to do with Texas A&M? Obviously, Jim's not counting on Auburn being up in that top three, I don't think. I'm not sure he's a huge Brian Harsin fan, judging from some of his earlier comments, but I'm going to be a homer and say LSU's going to finish fourth in the West.
LSU's a total enigma to me. I think they have some talent. They've recruited well. That's one thing that never seems to change about LSU.
Yeah.
No matter what, their record, no matter what what buffoon they have coaching them, they continue to bring in talent. And so, but that happens when you're the only game in town.
That's right.
In the state of Louisiana, which is very, very rich in high school football talent. So, I think Brian Kelly's a good coach. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. That's it's kind of like the Auburn situation. They could not run the football last year to save their life.
That's right.
Except against Florida.
Yeah.
When they went berserk. But other than that, they were horrendous running the football. Is that going to change this year? Because if it does not, I think they end up fourth or fifth in the West.
Yep. Brian
Now,
Kelly's,
that could change in a year, it seems, but I wouldn't count on them finishing second or third. Let's just say that.
I wouldn't either. I don't. And now Brian Kelly, he's a run the football first kind of coach. So obviously that's going to be a priority for him. But you're right. They were bad last year. And of course the Florida thing with, Dandy Dan Mullins and all that went down there. They just kind of went off the rails there. So I'm gonna say fourth.
Okay, I could live with that. Ty says he wants to congratulate the Sylacauga 15-year-old Babe Ruth team going to the Babe Ruth World Series in Virginia. Congratulations! That is quite an accomplishment.
We had a team from Dadeville last year that went to a World Series as well. That's always big for the community and for the kids when they're able to do that, for sure. Congratulations.
So Nathan King, writer for Inside the Auburn Tigers, Auburn Undercover, he said he's got 5 questions. We talked about unanswered questions quite a bit last week on the Auburn Blitz. He's got some questions he'd like to ask Brian Harsin for SEC Media Days. I would imagine these topics will come up when Brian Harsin takes the stage in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Any update on the QB situation? Question number 1.
I can answer that for you now.
Okay. No.
No.
I know exactly what he's going to give a 7-minute answer that basically says TJ Finley, Zach Calzada, and Robbie Ashford are going to all have an opportunity and compete in fall practice.
That's right.
And that's all he's going to say. And he's going, again, it'll be a 7-minute answer, but that's the crux of it.
We might not know until the week before the first kickoff, or 2.
I suppose there's a chance we might not know until Penn State. I mean, we may throw the 2 guys out. We may let it go on into the first couple of weeks.
Well, there's some time for that because of the opponents. Week 3, though, we better know.
We better, no doubt.
Yeah.
Number 2, good question. Are all the injured players from spring ready to go? There were quite a few. Jarquez Hunter had the cleanup procedure on his knee. J.J. Evans held out for a knee procedure. Nick Brahms, Brandon Council, Austin Troxell, all limited in practice. Keandre Jones dinged up a couple weeks into practice. Jeffrey Imba, the monster defensive tackle that came from junior college, no-go because of shoulder surgery. Marquise Burks missed time. Owen Papo didn't practice. Zion Puckett out for most of the spring. And, of course, Anders Carlson did not participate. That's a lot of guys that are expecting to play a lot of minutes.
Key guys, absolutely.
Guys.
Yeah.
Are they all 100%? That seems to be the word going into fall practice. If that's the case, you're kind of, I feel a little bit better about it.
Absolutely.
Can the transfers help? We talked about that last week. Do you believe, how do you believe who's the most important transfer? We talked about that quite a bit. Any of these guys, are you expecting major help? Morris Joseph, transferred defensive end, edge rusher from Memphis. DeMarcus Bragg, the kid from Western Kentucky. I forgot about him. He's like the latest guy. Jason Jones from Oregon, DJ James from Oregon. You mentioned DJ James. You think he's going to be big?
I think he'll be in the rotation. Andy.
Craig McDonald from Iowa State.
Yeah. And you mentioned Asante last week, too. Yeah.
Eugene Asante.
I feel confident that DJ James will be in the rotation. He's my guy. But who knows?
Question for the audience. Anybody listening? Over under on how long Brian Harsin's opening statement is. Over under. I will place the number at 7 minutes.
Okay,
over or under Brian Harsin's opening statement. Over or under 7 minutes. Please chime in with your thoughts. Take a break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock on this beautiful Monday afternoon. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. They know this place backwards and forwards, and they are really always looking being proactive and looking to help you find the best deal and the best property that you are looking for. So Big Fish Real Estate, wonderful people there, know them quite well. David, we got a phone call. Let's go to it. Hey, Terry, what's going on today?
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Hey, wonderful.
Terry. Hey, Coach David. You say 7 minutes. I say under, Andy. Coach David.
Oh, really?
Under, and I say about 5 minutes, and he ain't gonna say a word when he talks.
Yeah.
Because most coaches don't.
True.
Now, let's be honest. I mean, the days of Coach Dye and Emery Ballard and some of those guys, Johnny Majors, they said there was always a funny comment, and I always liked Steve Spurrier's comments the best, quite honestly. He just had that way of be smirking and saying something just on people's nerves.
Yeah, he
was. The question I got for you guys: does anybody out there really consider T.J. Finley in the running for that quarterback job? I think we all can agree that if TJ Finley trots out there, David, you said it a couple of weeks ago, Coach David, that is, that it will be, if it's a leash, it's a short one.
Yes.
I just can't believe Brian Harsin would rest his already unsteady future on TJ Finley. Great kid, great teammate, awesome leader, but something just happens to him when the lights go on. Let's be honest. There's enough film on him at LSU and at Auburn to prove that he just sort of falls apart. And I think the next lesson Brian Harsin is going to learn is he has to have a quarterback who is at least a little mobile. That's why I think Robbie Ashford is going to end up with a job. You may be right, Coach David, you probably are. Probably going to be Zach Calzada, but I think there's a leash there too, and I think Robbie Ashford's in there because he can make a play, and he can turn a negative play into a positive play.
Yeah. Well, two things, Terry, to answer what you just said, and I agree. Because T.J. Finley is such a great teammate inside that building and a leader and says all the right things and works hard, I don't think that they would kind of toss him out in the coach speak as not being in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Just to honor his work ethic. Yes, sir. But the only thing that worries me about Robbie, he's more of a dual threat guy. Is that really what Brian Harsin wants under center? Yes, he can make plays, as you heard me say before. He was phenomenal in the spring game during his reps. But if it comes down to athleticism, Terry, he's the best athlete of the three, hands down. So,
I think it has to, because like I stated before, this is a lesson he's going to have to learn.
Yeah.
Unless you can build a great offensive line, and evidence on recruiting is he's not doing that right yet. It may be okay this year, who knows? But I think this year is very important for Brian Harsin because I think next year might be a 5-7 season.
This year is critical, yeah.
Because there's so much experience there now.
No question, this is the critical year. We've all kind of landed on that, especially the way recruiting is going right now. I think the only way to salvage that is to have a really good season, to overachieve, and to get people have some really positive momentum. And people say, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's going to be the future. We're going to give him, we're going to settle down. We're going to give him a couple of years. And I think that's the only way that this all ends positively.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, I completely agree with that. That's what I think more important than the wins are how competitive are the losses.
Yeah.
And people are ignoring that, and I don't think that's right. So, and Coach David, I know you and I can agree to disagree on the fact that I think Brian Harsin's unhappy at Auburn and doesn't really want to be there. I know you disagree with that, and we can agree disagree there. But I think we can agree on this. There's a faction of people that do not want him there.
Oh, there's no question. That's why this year is very important. And, Terry, I do know from friends, the people that are close to the Harsons, that they do enjoy Auburn and they want this to work. But you're exactly right. There's still a faction of heavy hitters in Auburn that don't want this to work, and it's just it's a shame that that perception has been put out there, and that coup against him and his family went down the way it did. I hope that we can just knock it out of the box this year and all that goes away.
Well, they got to have a good year, solid year to get the recruiting up. That's got to happen. Not maybe. It's got to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question.
So you guys take care and have a great day.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Terry.
Thanks, man.
Terry going under for the speech. John Paul going over. John says a 10-minute opening statement for Brian Harsin. So Reuben Peaches Yeldon Quanjo Pickens is the one that asked the question. So, what say you, Peaches? How over or under 7 minutes for an opening statement for Brian Harsin and the rest of you out there? Certainly,
you didn't
welcome
ask
to chime
me.
in on that. You said
I'm going over. I'm going over everybody.
You're going out. Oh, okay. You're going.
Now I understand what Terry's saying. I don't disagree. I do miss the days of some of those colorful guys, and it's fun when Saban gets pissed off and says, but everything that happened in the offseason with Brian Harsin, all the questions, he don't want to answer a million questions. He's going to get up there and take up as much time as he can saying
nothing.
Yeah. I'm going 11 minutes.
11?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is quite.
He'll probably get up there and go 2 and shut up any questions.
I bet. No, there's no way he goes 2 minutes.
I'm going 11 minutes. Yeah, I'm going over everybody.
Okay. That would be almost a manifesto. But
well, and the less time they've got to ask him questions then.
This is true. And speaking of asking questions, going back to Nathan King, the one that we just referenced, what's up with recruiting?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And here again this weekend, Jelani Thurman, big-time tight end, 4-star guy, down to Auburn, Ohio State, and Michigan State, chooses Ohio State.
Yeah.
I'm one of these guys, and I always, I could spin recruiting 1,000 different ways and say, look, yeah, okay, Auburn wanted this guy. They might be glad they didn't get him. He might be a bust. They might get another guy that's, eventually signs with Auburn that's even better. There's a great chance that happens. However, if you're going to put out there and you keep saying, this guy's number one on our board, this guy's number one on our board, and then you don't get him, there's going to be negative.
Sure.
There's going to be disappointment. There's going to be negative feeling. That can't continue to happen.
No, you're right.
Every time. Or it's just
you're right.
The feeling of it, the sense of it, the perception becomes reality.
Yes.
Got to take a break. More to come right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Only a couple of more segments left in today's show, going by really fast. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Join us each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Auburn Blitz, 12 to 1. You can find us on your Spectrum cable dial, channel 80, or depending on where you are in and around the state of Alabama. You just check us out look us up on the guide, or you can always dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, Sports with a Z, and comment away. You can join the thread and participate. Over under, how long will Brian Harson's opening statement be at SEC Media Days? That will take place on Thursday. The last question: what's NIL's impact on the program? I think we kind of buried that on Friday, so I'll let that be. I think I've made my thoughts on that pretty clear. The Big 12 had their media days just last week. The ACC will have theirs at the end of this week, and I think the Big Ten's is not until August. But media predicts the Big 12 Baylor. They predict Baylor to win the Big 12. How about that? First time ever that they have predicted Baylor to win the Big 12. 17 first-place votes. It was close, but nonetheless. Let's see. Oh, wow, we get some good information here. Reuben Peaches says, last year, Brian Harson's opening statement was 14 minutes and 45 seconds.
I undershot it.
I way undershot it. I'm going with 11 minutes, 43 seconds this year. So definitely going over for 7. Maybe I need to reevaluate here, but John Paul did say 10 minutes. He was more close to the mark. Ed Hines says Alan Green wrote the Get Involved letter about NIL for a reason, and most believe it was because our football NIL is not going very well. I've listened to Zach Blackerby, and he certainly believes NIL is affecting football recruiting. It's funny. I mean, everybody in the program keeps saying not an issue. If somebody's not choosing Auburn, it's not because of NIL. Plenty of money. So Auburn's at the top of the SEC as far as how much players are making, NIL-wise.
So what's the reason? That's what you said.
Yeah, so if they're not coming for that. Well, and yet here, word is, and people think, it is certainly affecting football recruiting. There's a disconnect somewhere.
Well, that's why, and we've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm sure I'll say it 10 more times before the season starts. There's so much negative recruiting against Auburn right now. And why wouldn't you if you're a rival?
Yep.
That's why this particular season upcoming is so critical. If we can knock it out of the park during this season, turn the keys on that new building, I think we can get things going. So it's just there's a lot hinging on the success of this upcoming football season, no question.
Well, somebody is misinformed. Somebody is somebody is not telling the truth. Because both can't be true.
Right.
Either Auburn is doing really well in the NIL, and that's not the problem, or they're not doing that well, and it is a problem.
Right.
Now, there's a little bit of gray area in the middle there, but not where these two would seem.
Yeah.
Steve says under 7. After such a controversial offseason, he will avoid all interactions. Interesting. He's going the old Gus Malzahn route, the old 2-minute introduction, and then, take as many questions as you can.
Yeah, we got to get better.
we got to get butter. We got to get butter.
We got to get butter.
Margarine will not do.
No,
we got to get butter, real butter. All right. So that's good. Okay. 14. Did he say 14-minute introduction?
14:45.
Almost 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that he was nervous. It was his first SEC media days, so he probably rambled a little bit. So maybe you back it off a little bit for sure.
We'll see.
But, well, I should have put it at 10 at least, or 12, I guess. Nonetheless, we do have an under. All right, David, some new NCAA baseball proposals, rule changes for college baseball. Have you heard of these?
I have not, but the first one makes 0 sense to me. Go ahead and read it, and then I'll respond.
With runners on base, a pitcher would be required to start his motion to making a pitch or a pickoff move to avoid violating the action clock. Now, as it stands, there is 20 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
There's a 20-second pitch clock once a pitcher receives the sign, I think. He's got 20 seconds, he's got to throw it. But when somebody gets on base, there is no clock, right?
That's right.
That is the rule as of now. Now they're saying next year they're talking about implementing it so that the clock is good. There has to be, the clock runs even when somebody's on base.
Andy, here's how ludicrous this is. Did you go to some baseball games this year? Did you go to any baseball game? How many times did the action clock even start on time, if it started at all? There's so much inconsistency with this 20-second clock. The first thing they got to do is get consistent on when the clock's going to start so these pitchers will know what they're working with. And sometimes they would even hit 0 and there was nothing. So this is a joke. They got to do something about when that clock starts and start it that way every single pitch, or this means nothing. Okay,
Consistency. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday, right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Andy and David taking you up to 1 o'clock. A few more comments before we go. Mike Means says, what, if anything, would a win over Alabama have done for expectations? David and I were talking about that during the break. I mean, obviously expectations would be a lot higher, but we were talking about it. I mean, look, think about if we just beat Mississippi State and South Carolina and Alabama, I don't think there's any doubt we go on and beat Houston. Well, to be perfectly honest, we wouldn't even be playing Houston. I don't know who we'd be playing if we had 9 wins.
Would have been a much better bowl.
We'd have been in a better bowl. I don't know who we'd have played, but maybe we win the bowl game. What if we're 10-3? You know, that expectations would be, well, the coup would have never happened.
It wouldn't have been a coup, Mike.
And expectations would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
But just if we'd have held on against Alabama, there would not have been a coup. Say we lost to Mississippi State and South Carolina but beat Alabama, still no coup. Everybody's looking at it saying, wow, okay. I'm not even sure Bo Nix is not still the quarterback at Auburn. But nonetheless, yes, it would have changed expectations dramatically. Glenn says, is anyone giving this guy a chance to make it through the season? Yeah, I'm giving him a chance to make it through the season, yes. But I understand that it may be half and half that thinks he's going to make it, and there's half that think he's not.
Go listen to Charles Barkley's soundbite. That's all I got for you.
Yeah. Reuben says, or Peaches says, there's 30 minutes total time for opening statement and questions. So if he goes 15 minutes again, you only get 15 minutes worth of questions. And for Brian Harsin, that's only about 3.
That might be part of the plan.
Yeah, it may be. But I'm gonna go slightly over 7. I'm gonna say I'm with you. I'm with John. I think 10 minutes about 10 minutes for an opening statement for him. I'm gonna say 9 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay, you're up in here.
9 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stick with my 11.
Still going over, but I'm going 9:30 for him. All right.
We'll allow that, Andy.
Yeah, thank you. July 18th, today, 1921, Babe Ruth sets the all-time Major League home run record with 139 home runs. To say that he obliterated the record would be an understatement. 138 home runs was the record when Babe Ruth started playing Major League Baseball. He ended up with 715. That's
and
a
the
lot
second
more.
part of that statement, Andy, though, is one that blows my mind. Home run
measured.
measured.
The home run he hit to set the record, 139, measured at 575 feet, the longest home run claimed to be measured in baseball history.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if they got a tape measure out, if somebody saw where it hit.
Now
I'm
they
not
got
sure.
the little machine.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, now
they
you got a
measure.
computer that kind of tracks the trajectory
Yeah.
and all that. But 575 feet, that may be a bit exaggerated. I don't know. I mean, they say Mickey Mantle hit some about like that. But, yeah, and, who knows?
So
Josh
they
Gibson,
they
he
missed
probably
it
hit
10,
some.
15 feet still.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a crush. That's a bomb. 1927 on this day, Ty Cobb gets hit number 4,000. The first guy in Major League Baseball history to have 4,000 hits. Only 2 men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to count Ichiro, I don't know. I mean, he not in Major League Baseball, not in he combined in Japan and America.
Yeah.
Ichiro did, but only 2 men had 4,000 in Major League Baseball careers. That would be Ty Cobb and Pete Rose. Happy birthday today, Harriet Nelson of Ozzie and Harriet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you like that show back
Ricky
when
Nelson.
you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky Nelson, that's right. He had twin sons, and they had a music video, or they had a real popular song in the 80s. Can't Live Without Your Love, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
I saw that video the other day, and it made me think about it. Red Skelton, one of the funny guy.
Good night.
Tramp.
And
Ron.
God bless.
There you go.
Yeah.
1923. 1913.
Heathcliff the Seagull.
Okay.
The hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to watch him every week on the
Really?
old black and white. Boy, I'm dating myself.
I had a black and white TV when I was a kid. I mean, just because my parents were too cheap to buy me a color one, or my brother.
They could have nicknamed me Remote Control, Andy, because I was the oldest boy.
Right.
David, why don't you get up and change the channel? I'd get up off the couch, change the channel.
There was no remote control in my house.
I was the remote control.
Yeah. Till I got to college, I think. Yeah. I didn't even have a CD player till I got to college. I was behind the times.
What are CDs? I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
How about Dick Button, great figure skater?
Mm-hmm.
Pioneer, they would say, David.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, Britt Leach. Nobody knows the name Britt Leach. Have you ever seen Weird Science?
No.
No?
No.
He played Gary's father. You know, when for all of you out there, and I know all of you have seen Weird Science, when they have the party, and she goes to see Gary's parents, and she makes him forget, and he's like, "Who is this Gary you keep talking about?" That dude is from Gadsden, Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, and great scene.
How about that?
Also, how about The Great Outdoors? You ever seen that? John Candy,
Yeah,
Dan Aykroyd?
yeah.
You know the guy that gets hit in the head with lightning?
Yeah.
At the bar?
Uh-huh.
And then in the head 99 times?
That's him.
That's Britt Leach. He's from Gadsden, Alabama.
Oh, my goodness.
I did not know
How
that.
about that?
Paul Verhoeven, the director. That should be Paul, not Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Director of Basic Instinct,
Okay.
Total Recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Dion DiMucci?
Dion DiMucci was secular music and then found Christ and became a Christian musician.
I did not. Dion and the Belmonts.
Yeah.
Run Around Sue.
Sue.
One of the great. The Wanderer.
Yep.
Yeah, many great songs.
Yep.
James Brolin, Joe Torre, great.
Yep.
Martha Reeves from Eufaula, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing in the Street.
How about that?
Yeah. Ricky Skaggs, Nick Faldo, Anne-Marie Johnson from In the Heat of the Night. Ben Diesel, Penny Hardaway, Torrey Hunter, Ben Sheets, and Deion Branch, all born on this day, July the 18th. He is David. I am Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.